find out what you need to know about traveling for Thanksgiving.
And learn about what a passionate group of WSU engineers work on all year long.
Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Celeste Harms.
And I'm Gunnar Peterson. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Thanksgiving is coming and plenty of Cougs will be traveling this weekend. According to AAA, this Thanksgiving, 55.3 million people are expected to travel by car, plane, or train in the United States. For Cougars driving or flying over the weekend, pay close attention to the drive on I-90 and Highway 26. We go to Yolanda Lee live right now at Pullman Moscow Regional Airport. Yolanda, are you there, and can you tell us about travel this holiday season?
Okay, thanks. Happy Thanksgiving to all WSU Cougars. According to AAA, this Thanksgiving, 55 million people are expected to travel by car, plane, and train in the United States. For Cougars who are going to drive or fly over this weekend, pay close attention to drive on I-90 Highway 26. The Wayland Express runs daily 2 different depot shuttles from Pullman to Spokane Airport. Friday and Sunday trip 2 departs at 4:05 p.m. and 4:10 p.m. Pullman Moscow Regional Airport provides 5 daily flights to Seattle and Spokane International Airport. On average, there are 46 different choices of flight times when people book per day from Spokane to Seattle. Next, let's hear about the weather at Pass for this weekend from Kevin Gonzalez.
Thanks, Yolanda. For those doing their Thanksgiving travels on the road instead of through the air, an update for Snoqualmie Pass. It will be sunny on Friday with some rain on Saturday. Then there's about a 50% chance of some snow along with some rain happening on that. For Sunday, the snow will reach about 1 inch, maybe a little bit less, with some snow happening throughout the week as well. A winter driving tip for the Washington State Department of Transportation is drive for the conditions, which means slower speeds as well as slower acceleration. Also, leave some extra space between vehicles for yourself. Give yourself some time and space to stop. Washington State Patrol will have extra troopers out starting today to help ensure that people get home and come back safe. For Thanksgiving, for everyone traveling for Thanksgiving, be safe. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kevin. Wazoo Racing at WSU works year-round to build a Formula SAE race car. Murrow News 8's Logan Plant and Sam Petrie went to Wazoo Racing to learn more about this club.
There's a workshop tucked away on the Washington State University campus. Like a lot of other workshops, it smells like metal, tires, and hard work. Here, a small, passionate group of student engineers tinker and toil from year's beginning to end to build their own race car. WSU's racing club works year-round to build a Formula-style race car that competes against other universities in California at the end of June each year. Connor Rogowski says they build the car with specific goals in mind.
We have a series of events that we go through. Once we pass our safety checks, we'll have a brake check. We'll have a straight line acceleration run, skid pad, autocross, and then an endurance run.
Rogowski says the club is still in the design phase, and the deadline for the final design is December 1st. The club meets multiple times a week to make sure they're getting things done on time. Rogowski also says WSU Racing operates on a smaller budget than most other clubs, which forces them to find unique ways to bring their car up to speed. Working so hard and spending so much time together has bonded the group into a tight-knit community.
I think we have a really close family atmosphere. We all get along. We always have get-togethers Friday nights, and we kind of mess around in the shop and just kind of play, listen to music and stuff like that. But it's a very close atmosphere.
WSU Racing members say this club also gives them valuable experience they can't find in most of their classes.
This club gives you the real-life experience. Not only do you get to design something like you would in a design class, but you get to go and machine it. You get to see how it's made. You get to learn hands-on what to do, what not to do.
With videographer Sam Petrie, I'm Logan Plant with Murrow News 8.
And some new developments on the Palouse. University of Idaho president is taking a week without pay to alleviate the school's growing financial deficit. U of I President Scott Green and his pay cut is the school's response to a demand by the governor of Idaho for all state agencies to decrease their spending from 1% to 2%. This percentage means that the university must cut about $1 million from their spending this year. The university will continue to relieve costs like this in addition to the previous payoffs of the shortcomings from previous years.
B&L Bicycles in downtown Pullman has once again been named one of America's best bike shops. The National Bicycle Dealers Association released the list of its top bike shops for 2019. This is the 5th straight year that B&L Bicycles has made the list.
And a local WSU researcher is working to make better Christmas trees this holiday season. Dr. Gary Chastigner, also known as Dr. Christmas Tree, is heading the largest Christmas tree research project in U.S. history. The $1.3 million project aims to perfect the genealogy of an ideal Christmas tree, which includes stronger pine needles and roots to prevent rotting and shedding.
When we come back, find out who WSU soccer will face in the next round of the NCAA tournament.
Sean O'Connor is next with sports on Murrow News 8.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back. The WSU women's basketball team stayed undefeated last night, besting the Boise State Broncos 80-68. Borislava Hrstova picked up her 6th career double-double with a 25-point, 10-rebound effort. Hrstova also pulled within 200 points of the all-time WSU scoring record. The Cougars are back in action Sunday when they take on the Baylor Bears in the Paradise Jam. The WSU soccer team plays in the second round of the NCAA tournament tomorrow. WSU beat Memphis last weekend 1-0 on a 63rd-minute goal by Makame Gomeris-Stevens. Washington State will play number 3 Virginia in Charlottesville tomorrow. Virginia took down Radford 3-0 on Sunday. The Cavaliers will host the Cougars at 4 p.m. tomorrow. The WSU volleyball team is in action tonight. The Cougs are in the desert this weekend playing the Arizona State Sun Devils. Washington State is 22-6 on the year, good for 3rd in the conference with 4 games to play. WSU will play Arizona on Sunday before closing out the season with Stanford and Washington. And an update on the Myles Garrett story. The NFL denied Myles Garrett's suspension denied his appeal earlier today. According to the Score, Garrett accused Mason Rudolph of using a racial slur prior to the brawl during the appeal, a claim Rudolph denies. The NFL found no evidence that the Steelers quarterback used a slur and upheld Garrett's indefinite ban. Steelers lineman Maurice Pouncey also appealed his 3-game suspension. His ban was reduced to 2 games.
Is snow in the forecast for Thanksgiving break?
Kevin Gonzalez has our extended forecast when Murrow News 8 returns. Welcome back. Kevin Gonzalez joins us now to share what kind of weather to expect in Pullman over Thanksgiving break. Kevin?
Thanks, Celeste. So, for the weather this week, or today, it's going to be sunny with a high of 43 and a low of 25. As you can see, sunset was at 4:09, as we have to get used to these earlier sunsets, unfortunately, for the rest of the year. Moving on to tomorrow's forecast, it is a high of 44 and a low of 28. Again, a sunset of 4:08. There is a small chance of rain on this day, but it's unlikely. Moving on to the weather for the entire region. As see, sunny with 43 both here and Pullman. In Tri-Cities and Yakima, it gets a little warmer. And over in Seattle, it's a 48. In Olympia, it is a little cloudy today and a little foggy as well, so be aware of that. Going on to our 5-day forecast here. The important part to get to is on Sunday, you'll see rain and snow. While there is only about a 50% chance of snow on Sunday, there is about an 80% chance of rain. And then throughout the week, especially on Monday and Tuesday, there will be snow throughout the week with only a few breaks to stop it. So when you're traveling, make sure to be safe. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kevin. After more than 40 years in the broadcasting business, KOMO TV's weathercaster Steve Poole is retiring. Poole started as an intern for KOMO in the late 1970s and worked his way up as one of the first African-American weathercasters in the nation. Last September, Poole shared that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer and was taking time off to get treatment. KOMO reports that Poole is now in complete remission and will return to KOMO for a farewell forecast next Tuesday night. We'll be right back with Murrow News 8.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
WSU's Carson College of Business found that Pacific Northwest consumers' shopping habits still support brick-and-mortar stores. The school's third annual holiday retail survey revealed that 43% of consumers in the region prefer to do their shopping in store, while less than 20% prefer to shop mostly online. When it comes to shopping over Thanksgiving weekend, more than 60% of Pacific Northwest consumers think Black Friday sales are overwhelming, and over 3/4 turn to Cyber Monday instead.
Thank you for watching tonight. Be sure to watch our newscasts at nwpb.org/mn8 and on Cable 8 at 7 and 10.
And don't forget, you can also follow Murrow News 8 on Facebook and on Twitter.
Have a good night.